Welcome to TNT's Real Travels podcast. I'm Thomas.
And I'm Tristan. And we're here in my sewing room because one of the things that I love to do when we're not traveling is to create and sew historical and fantasy costumes like these that you see behind us. So it was an extra special treat when we were in Venice to visit the workshop of Antonia Sautter, who has created wonderful, amazing, thrilling, stunning costumes for Venetian carnivale.
Yeah, I mean, even as a non-costumer, I was amazed and thrilled when we got to visit her workshop. I mean, just the amount of costumes she had there, the dedication and passion she showed to her production, and just her overall warmness and bringing us in and giving us this fabulous tour of her workshop. She
was so kind, and she just demanded that we tried things on. She put this beautiful gown on me.
Right, she even got me to dress up too. So
she wouldn't let us leave. It was great. It was really wonderful.
She invited us back for the next day, and she was ready to have us move in.
Definitely. And she's created the Balo de Doge, which is one of the premier balls at Venetian Carnival, and she's done so much to reinvigorate the spirit of Carnival in Venice, in Italy. So you just got to look at her workshop and see all of her amazing, amazing work.
So don your Venetian mask and check out Antonia Sautter, Master Costumer's workshop.
Venice and Carnival go together like bread and butter or love and romance. The masked celebration was at its height in the Renaissance through the 18th century. But when the Venetian Republic fell in 1797, the party dwindled. And in the 1920s, Italy's fascist government outlawed the beautiful remnants of Carnival. But in the 1980s, mask makers revived the old ways. Shops like that of native Venetian and costumer Antonia Sautter helped bring the dream back to life. She employs fine artists from around the world to make masks, marionettes, and home furnishings and keep the spirit of Carnival alive year-round. 12 years ago, Antonia created the Balo de Doge, one of the premier Carnival parties. We were thrilled to take a peek into her costume workshop.
18th century lady. We go?
Yes.
Yes, wonderful. I lead the way. When I was a little girl, I gathered all my friends during Carnival time, and we make a party all around the street, running and in costumes. And my mother used to make me costumes for me and all my little friends. For the 10 days of Carnivale, we could be we could dream.
Yes.
This is really important about Carnival.
Yes.
The possibility of dream. It's very difficult nowadays to dream. Too many bad input by what is happening in the world, so that you really lose the capacity of dreaming. And I think that Carnivale gives this possibility. When you're dressing in a costume, when you are in a completely, totally different dimension that's, outside of the time, in a palace, with everything is exactly the same as in the 18th century. There is no electricity, everything with, candle, is lighted with candles, so that when, I think it's, you can dream, and I hope that my guest can dream my same dream. That's the purpose of the Ballo. It's not. I want people, when I put my costumes on, they could understand what's behind. They could understand, the importance of being in a city that is itself a dream, and being part of this dream. Maybe you didn't see there are 750 costumes here in the back. The space is very small. That's the reason why I'm going to hire a big place on Grand Canal. It's a palace, a whole palace, just to give my people, my guests, the possibility of trying costume in a big space. And here it began to too small. Obviously, when you see the costumes on the hanger, it's not the same because you don't see the cage, the crinoline, you know, they're not emphasized, you know, the beauty. But anyway, you can see this is a late 19th century. This is a 19th century, another 18th century. The most important authority, Venetian authority in the past, was il Doge. That's the reason why also il Balo del Doge. And it was political and kind of religion too, because although it was not a pope, but it has many influences in all the Venetian life. This is his outfit, and the Doge. The very important part of this outfit is the hat. This was open, just leave it down, left down like this, and this is.
The two people I know who have come to Carnival are costumers in the United States, people who enjoy just making costumes as a hobby.
Yeah.
And they made their costumes and came to Carnival for that sole purpose.
I encourage people to make their own costume because I think this is also part of the dream, the game, and it's 100 times more satisfactory. Yes. Would you like to wear a costume, to try a costume on?
Oh, may I please?
Immediately.
All right.
Yes. Immediately.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.